All righty, we are live. It should be coming through on your phone any second. Now we got this problem. Take the phone. Salakia. Okay. Here we go. We are the ISUPK coming out to you out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And we've been coming to you since 1969. We are under commanding General Yohana. We are under commanding General Yohana. And since 1969, we have been going all over the world telling the truth of the Bible. And that truth is that the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, and the so-called Native Indians are in fact the lost children of Israel. They're the same Israel that you find down in the Bible, back in the last part of Genesis, Exodus, all in there. This is the same Israel where Moses went to Pharaoh and told Pharaoh, "Let my people go." This is the Lashawan Qadash. That's what you see on your screen in front of you. We're doing this technique now where we're sharing the screen. Shalakia, been a little late, had a technical difficulty, but we on and popping. So I'm gonna say shalom, Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Barak Thumb to my brothers, and shalom, Yahweh Shema Allah B'Hashem, Yahweh Shah to my sisters. Again, this is the Lashawan Qadash, or the Holy Tongue. This is the Holy Tongue. And basically, we teach this class so you can have your own language. The Bible tells us that there are things that when you translate it into another language, it doesn't hold the same force that it does when it's in, when you speak your natural dialect, Hebrew. Again, you know the story about the Tower of Babel, right? You know the story about the Tower of Babel. The Tower of Babel, at the Tower of Babel, there was only one language being spoken throughout the whole earth. And you know what that was? The Lashawan Qadash. That was it. Every other language came after the Tower of Babel, when the Most High confused their tongues, so that only certain groups of people could understand one another. Only certain groups could understand. So we're going to get started like we always do. And we're starting with what? The alphabet of the Lashawan Qadash. These are our characters. What is this? Here we go. And here we go. We're going to start here. I'm going to pronounce them. You should have these already written down. That's A. You can say them with me. Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Cha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. Remember not to confuse Tha with Ta, and please don't confuse Cha with Ka. All right? Let's make sure we don't do that. Now what we're going to do is go back to last week's class. Remember last week we was talking about the other nations. We was talking about the other nations. And we told you that in the Bible, there were 18 nations named, the original 18 nations in the earth. And these nations came from Noah and his three sons. These nations came from Noah and his three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, after the flood. Now, if you want some specific references to go to on that, you can go to Genesis chapter 10, all of chapter 10, then chapter 19, verses 30 through 38, and then chapter 25, verses 21 through 30. And what we're going to talk about today is the names. We're going to give you the names of the 18 nations in the earth. And this is a good time to learn this, because you get to see who your oppressors are, who the folks that come against you. Where are they hiding today? You see what I'm saying? Where are they hiding today? These are 18 nations named in the Bible, and not one of them, not one single one of these nations, not one of them is been given the law, statutes, and commandments other than Israel from the Most High. Not one of them has a covenant with the Most High except for Israel. Okay? That means all the other nations. Imagine this. Imagine this if you can. Because we were throughout the ISUPK, we want to get our people to understand who they are. We want them to get serious about being a nation. And if you look around, you got all type of work being done by the Most High. By the Most High. Years back, it was El Nino. Nobody listened. You know, a weather pattern called El Nino or whatever, like, so yeah, El Nino or La Nina or something like that, a weather pattern where everything started getting warmer. Everything started getting warmer. Then you had all them crazy hurricanes come through the southern part of the United States. And notice, the Most High is not just working on the United States. At the same time, them hurricanes began to pick up. If you check over in the Middle East and that place called Africa, they were getting ravaged by locusts, and they're still getting ravaged by locusts today. Just in 2020, weather patterns, more hurricanes than has hit the United States in 2020, and they were more in devastation, more devastating than any other hurricanes, any other year for hurricanes. Then California and Colorado caught on fire and just stayed on fire. And then the COVID-19 pandemic hit the world by storm. And whole countries are still shut down, still locked down. Why? Because of the way they treat the children. They have treated the children of Israel. All right? So we want to know who these nations are that stepped all over us. And as I point them out, you're going to see them in your neighborhood, black man, black woman, so-called Mexican man, so-called Mexican woman, Latino, Latina, so-called Native American. As we point these nations out, you will see them in your neighborhood. You know these people. You know, and they're all around you. They are the ones that own your stores in your neighborhood. They own all the car dealerships, the gas stations, the liquor stores, the party stores. Every now and then you see a brother or sister scratching by with a little party store, or scratching by with a little hardware store. You know, I know of one hardware store, and I know of one little it's really just a candy store, not even a party store, a candy store that's owned by our people. But other than that, it's owned by these people I'm finna point out. The first name on the list, and we're not going in alphabetical order. We started last week, and we're not going in alphabetical order. Y'all don't need to see me no more. We're gonna make sure you can see the whole screen. There you go, and I'll be working from that screen right there. The first one is India. Now, if you remember how to pronounce, you know this is not India. You know, this is not India. You know, but that's the English name. I'm gonna give you the English name first. Is India. The biblical name. Who is India? Who is India in the Bible? India is this group of people called Elam. 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 And in Hebrew, that is pronounced Ayalam. Ayalam. Why is it lam and not lama? Is because this connector right here. That's number one. That's India. That's India. Number two. Okay, that's right. And another good thing about this Lashawan Qadash, like I said before, there are things spoken in the Hebrew tongue that doesn't carry the same force when translated to another language. And the Bible says it's going to return the holy language back to our people. We're going to be given our own land. We're going to be in charge of everything, and we're going to have our own tongue. You know, like right now, the money language in the earth is what? English, pretty much. Pretty much is English. Everybody speaks. When we take over, the money language is going to become the Lashawan Qadash. You better be able to speak Hebrew. You better be able to speak Hebrew. The second is Assyria. Now, a lot of us heard of that. Know it's over there in the Middle East somewhere. But it's Assyria. In the Bible, the biblical name is Ashur. Asshur. Ashur. So this is Assyria. Okay? And because you are great Hebrew language scholars and students, you already know it is pronounced Ashawar. 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 Why? Because you got the Wa and the Ra connected. The Ra becomes the soft, like in R. It becomes soft. War. You see that? The R is soft, like in store. So this is Ashawar. Okay. The next one. And pretty soon, you guys will be able to, you should, a lot of y'all should be able to do this right now. You can look at the word spelled with English characters, but American English characters, and then you should be able to write it in Hebrew. The next one is, remember this is Assyria here, and this one is Syria. This is Syria. Okay. And that is pronounced, we would pronounce it in Hebrew, Aram. Aram. Okay. The next is a group. We call them Arabs. And I guess Arabs come from a place called Arabia. We call them Arabs. Up. So lock here. Gets kind of sensitive sometimes. But we're getting better with this. And I do like we can correct those mistakes a lot faster than what we used to. And they're called Yasha Allah. Yasha Allah. Yasha Allah. Okay. Now I'm gonna challenge y'all to write it faster than me. I wish if you had, we could type it so you could show up in the chat room with it. Yasha my Allah. Those are the Arabs. Those are the Arabs. Arabs are actually from Arabia. Mawa Abba is the next one. Oh, too big. Mawa Abba. So. And I'm not even looking at it written. I'm just looking at the English words. Ma, wa, aba. And there you go. Who are those people? Those are people called Moab, Mawa Abba. Moab. They're called Moab in the Bible. And these are somebody you need to know. These are your Chinese. Moab or Mawa Abba is the Chinese. All right. I think the Chinese ain't they own Sony and a bunch of technical stuff, but they ain't got no love for you either. Now I'm let you know. I was over in Korea for a couple of years, and believe you me, the brothers that left Israelites over there, orphan Israelites in Korea, because remember, you are who your father was, and many Judites went into this man's army, found themselves stationed in Korea. When I got over there, it was pretty much like old homeboy week. They had us in the jobs where you can get killed real fast. There was a lot of brothers, a lot of brothers. And a lot of these brothers left babies over in Korea. Those are Israelites. Those babies are Israelites. Those babies are Judites. The mothers happen to be Korean. And I don't know if Korean fits with the Moabites or with Moab or with Ammon. But since they are on that peninsula, I think that's the Chinese, that's extending off of China. If you went up past North Korea, because Korea is a peninsula. It's attached to a larger stretch of land. If you went above them, I believe you'll find China right there. So these Koreans could actually be Moabites as well who broke off, but they're Mongoloids nonetheless. They come from Lot. They come from Lot. The the Moabites and the Ammonites. Moab and Ammon, they come from Lot. Their father is Lot, and this is where his daughters got him drunk and had incestuous uh, relations with their father and got pregnant, and that's why you see them with those mongoloid features. It's a genetic defect as a result of breeding too close, of having kids with somebody too close to you. Okay, that's Moab. That's the Chinese, right? Imawan. Okay, is the next one. Imawan. Another reason I really like doing this class is because as I do this, my reading of actual Hebrew, when we read on the Sabbath, when I'm not at the damn slave, gets better. It's just a lot easier to read. Mawan, their biblical name is Ammon or the Ammonites, and they are recognized today in the earth as the Japanese. As the Japanese. Imawan. All right. This might look a little bigger. I'm doing it on purpose. The Wam. Adawam. Not Adawan. Not Adawan. Adawam. Okay. This is your oppressor right here. This is your oppressor right here. This is Esau. This is Edom. This is that Edomite. Adawam. You see that? Adawam. And that is Esau. And on our list, we call them the so-called white people. Okay. Understand there's some more French, Russian, Greek, German, Spaniards, and Italians. They spawned out of Edom. See that? They spawned out of the oppressor. So understand, France is just as much your oppressor because what? They are in concert with what's going on. Germans are just the Edomites, people from the Caucasus. Okay, they just spread out, and by the time they spread out and got their nations and was mentioned in the Bible, this is how they appeared. Those groups of them, but Adawam is Edom. Adawam is Edom. He is definitely the lead oppressor. Direct descendant of who? Esau. This is Esau. All righty. The next one, you ought to know this one because this is you. This so you can finish writing for me. The word is Yashar Allah. Yashar Allah. And this is one you should be able to recognize as a word real quick. Yashar Allah. That's Israel. That's you. Yashar Allah. That's you. Okay? These are the chosen people of the Most High. And the reason all these other nations got their foot on your neck, one, is because you are the chosen and they are not. Two, is because of the people we have continuously what? Disobeyed the Most High. And how do we continually disobey the Most High? We, in America, the most clearest thing you can see is the mark of the beast. And if you want to know what the mark of the beast, for layman terms, is that damn Christian living. It's that Christian living. If you are a Christian, then the mark of the beast is all over you. Because Christianity is the mark of the beast. Say, receive the mark in his forehead and in his hand. You see that? In his forehead and in his hand. And what that mean? You got their teaching in your head. And you do, your hands denote you're doing, you do everything, including the first thoughts you wake up is a Christian thought. I asked a brother the other day, he walked up to me and said, Happy New Year. I said, And I said, I don't celebrate New Year. And he looked at me real strange. I said, can I ask you a question? He said, yeah. I said, why do you celebrate New Year's? And the brother told me he was celebrating the birth of Christ. I had to leave it alone. Y'all know I didn't want to. But I had to leave that alone. That was already finna go bad. That was already getting ready to go bad. Okay, sisters, I see y'all. Y'all. I forgot how quick y'all are on the finger, on the trigger. Y'all in this chat room doing it up. So here we go. But I had to leave that alone because the brother didn't know. I mean, I expected that from somebody. If I asked them why they celebrating Christmas, I expect that, but I did not know. And you can see the brother had no answer. I think he just made it up, but he don't even know why he celebrate New Year's. Why he celebrate New Year's? I was headed over to this location earlier. All right, I'm gonna tell you. I can't believe I did that. Salakia. I was finna write this with the English letters. I don't want to do that. I want to write it in. Somebody tell me what this is, and I'll tell you the English word for it. Can't believe I did that. Yeah, thinking about some of the stuff that's going on through these so-called holiday periods. It's not over either. Believe it or not, they got a study out that said more people die, sick people, if they're sick, from Thanksgiving to, I'm going to say the Feast of Purim, because, that's going to fall around that nasty Valentine's Day. But they say that's when this so-called period is over, when Valentine's Day hit. Where was I at? Okay. Here we go. Get me the English. That's it. I know it's crazy. I took that long for 3 characters, but I'm all over the place. This is the Ethiopians. This is Cush. And I know I don't have to tell y'all who they are. Today we call them, just one of them disgusting Africans over there. This is Cush. Y'all tell me how to pronounce that in the Hebrew. Yeah, y'all tell me how to pronounce that in the Hebrew. But this is Cush right here, or Ethiopia in the Bible. They're known as Cush and Ethiopia. And I think I will click in on screen the first person that give me the correct pronunciation to that. I'm gonna go on to Mitzrayim, or the Egyptians. All right. And y'all, and Mitzrayim is not the Hebrew pronunciation, but I'm finna write it down for you. All righty. I'm gonna click back over there to y'all. So who got that? I just need you to give me the Hebrew pronunciation, sisters. But you got it right. It's Ethiopia. These are Ethiopians. They are Cushites, and they're called Kawash. Kawash. That's the first right answer that came through. Kawash. Kawash. All righty. Let's go on to the next one. I got another one already up there. And this is here. This is the Egyptians right here. In the Bible, you'll recognize them as Egypt or Mitzrayim. Okay, Mitzrayim. But what is the Hebrew? Here's the Hebrew name right here. While you're working it out, I'm gonna pull another one up. Snap. Oh, snap. Yeah, forgive me if I take out some of these stuff that's already written, but I don't want that line going all the way across there. I'll try to be surgical with it as much as I can. All right, here we go. I'm about to take the whole thing out. Start over. Here we go. Remember, this is Egypt right here, and this next nation is North Africa, or Phut, P-H-U-T. All right, let's see what we got. What did y'all say? Egypt. This Egypt right here. Sisters, fast. I just need Matazayam. Matazayam. That's Egypt in Hebrew. Egypt in the Hebrew is Matazayam. You got that? All righty, let me cut back over. Get me the next one for Phut, or put, right here. And then I'm gonna move on. The next one I'm gonna give you after Phut is Canaan. Now y'all have heard of Canaan, right? You know who Canaan is today? They are the damn South Africans. They are the damn, Free Mandela and shit, right? They are the damn South Africans. And that's Canaan. Let's see. Okay, what's going on? Okay. This is Canaan. All right. Canaan, South Africa. Check that out. Y'all know about South Africa. Let's see if y'all got a foot yet. What do y'all call foot? Okay, let me get some more participation. But it is Pawat. Pawat. That's exactly how you pronounce that. Pawat. And the one I just wrote is not South America. That is not South America. Canaan is South Africa. Canaan is South Africa. Okay. And this is a good example of I'm loving the Hebrew, because the right answer, once we get to pronounce that now, this is absolutely how you would spell it, Kanain, if you use the English letters. But you will have to know that you are, and this, like I say, the South America, that's not right. That should be South Africa. That South America is not right. It's South Africa. Okay. Now this say Canaan right here. And this, look, if you look at this could be pronounced in English Canaan as well, Canaan as well, you see. But that is not. Remember, we're pronouncing this in Hebrew, so that is Ka-na-ain. Ka-na-ain. That's how you pronounce that. Ka-na-ain. You see that? It's Ka-na-ain. So you got to watch for that type, Ka-na-ain. You know, that's the I, that's the na. It take on the n sound. So Ka-na-ain. That's how you pronounce it. You got it? So now we're going to deal with these folks called the French. In the Bible, they are, let me erase that little dot. I don't want you to think that's something else. Okay. They are Gomer, Gomer. They are Gomer in the Bible. And this is how you pronounce their name. Got a little excited, didn't I? That's how you pronounce their name. And that is pronounced Gamar. That is pronounced Gamar. As soon as I get this little connector on here, you'll be able to see that. Hands must be getting sweaty. This thing is not trying to move real good. There we go. Gamar. That's what we got right there. Okay. Let's take this down. Somebody must got my cheat sheet because, oh, they writing down real fast. So how many nations is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Got 5 more to go. Ayalam, that's what this was, right? The first one was Ayalam. Ashawar was the second one, that's Asher. The third one is Aram, and that is Syria. And for us, it's more important. It's more important to be able to recognize them for our purposes in the Hebrew language. You want to be able to read every word on this board, every word that's up in front of you. Again, starting at the top right. Let me go clean that up for you real quick. Starting over here at the top right. Ayalam, that's the first one. Ayalam. The second one is Ashawar. Ashawar. You see that? You know what? You want to get the reason we do it this way, you want to get better at reading, say, Hebrew prayers. Read them as written in Hebrew better than you read them, the Hebrew written with English language. That's what we're working on. That's what we're working on, where you can sit up here and look at the Hebrew prayers on the Sabbath, and they're written in Hebrew, and you can read them fluently. And it's not just memory, you're actually reading the words. All right, the third one is Aram. Aram. After Aram is Yashamai Allah. Yashama Allah. Yashama Allah. You got that? That's Ishmael. Some damn Arabs. That's them Arabs. See that? Yashama Allah. And then we got Masha Abba. Masha Abba. I mean Salakia. Ooh wee. Salakia. See, and this how this I'm finna change it. That is not Masha Allah. Abba. That is not that. That should have been. And my scholars, because I pronounced it right before, and I can't believe y'all let me leave it up there wrong. How do y'all not catch that? Mawa Abba. Mawa Abba. And that is Moab, the Chinese. Imawan is the next one. Imawan. That's the Japanese, or Ammon. The next one, Adawam. Alawam. That's Esau. That's the Edomite. The next one, Yasha Allah. Now, if y'all don't know who that is, Yashar Allah. Yasha Allah. Of course, that's us. That's Israel. That's Yasha Allah. Kwam Yasha Allah. Rise Israel. Kwam Yasha Allah. Kwam. Rise Israel. Rise. The next one is Cush, or those disgusting Ethiopians. and that is Kawash. Kawash. The next one we got, and this is so sad. These are the damn Egyptians. Matazayam. 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 All right, Matazayam. That's them damn Egyptians. And I get so depressed when or sad because of so many of our brothers and sisters chasing the Book of the Dead. They so out of it. They'll chase a people whose religion is governed by what's called the Book of the Dead and won't stay with their own people, their own gods who actually made everything, that don't give you a religion but a way of life. All you have to do is, this is the right thing to do. Understand, this is obedience, this is disobedience. That's it. But our people rather go chase after something called the Book of the Dead, and the only life is in the scriptures. Life is in obedience to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. The Book of the Dead, come on, come on. You call yourself enlightened. You know what I'm saying? You call yourself conscious. How contradictory or oxymoronic is that? How oxymoronic is that? You call yourself conscious and you base a lot of your religious views are based on something called the Book of the Egyptian Book of the Dead. That's got to be the biggest oxymoron since Army intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Got to be the biggest oxymoron. Don't make. I don't even know why you're even part of the conscious community. Foot, or the North Africans. That's the next one. Foot. That's the Pa. Wat. Pawat is how you pronounce it. The Pawat. But that's Foot, or the North Africans in the Bible. Kana'aim. See, I know we don't know a lot about North Africans, but we do know a lot about what? That we seem familiar with South Africans. Kana'aim. South Africans. And then you got them filthy Frenchmen, and that is Gamar. And y'all let me, I don't know what is going on. How y'all let me get away with that? How y'all let me get away with that? Sometimes I don't be paying attention. I be going too fast. I need to slow a brother down. And fit it right in. Gamar. You see that? And y'all don't know, they say everything's a test. Everything's a test. I might be doing that to see who's paying attention. I put up there Gashar. And watch this. We put over here that the answer was what to that when we wrote it up? Gamar. But that was a shot right there. That was a shot right there. I gotta be careful. If y'all see something wrong, point it out. It's okay. It's quite all right. If you see something wrong, point it out. That's the second one right there. Y'all didn't catch either one. And you're right, Shemaim, that is Gomer. But remember, our vowel sounds is only two, ah, which is always an A, and I. That's it. Ain't no ooh, none of that. Not in Hebrew. It's I, and it's ah. All right. Gamar was the last one we put up. So let me get back over there. The next folks, right, is the Russians. The next folks is the Russian. In the Bible, they're referred to as Magog. You heard that scripture talking about Gog and Magog. That's Russia. That's Russia right there. A lot of people be coming up on one. I want you, if you've been studying anything really about Israel, you came across a certain term. One is called Sephardic, or something like that. Jew, a Sephardic Jew. Now these are Jewish people. They like us in the sense that they've taken certain portions that deal with finance and power from the scriptures and applied it to themselves and actually live that way. And that's why they control diamond districts. De Beers, diamonds, De Beers, that's a Jewish name. They control Hollywood, Anyberg, Weinberg, Goldberg, Bloomberg, Jewish people. When I say they control Hollywood, I'm talking about they control the entire airways. If it comes over the airways, radio, television, they're trying to get control. And they control a good part of the damn internet, Zuckerberg, you know what I'm saying, and Facebook and all that. They control a good part of the internet. They got that way. The Jewish people got that way for applying the laws in the Bible that we supposed to apply to ourselves and our brothers and sisters. They do business with themselves. You see that? Outside of themselves, they'll sell you everything. And they're gonna have the price where they're gonna have the price where they can make some money. But when they deal with each other, even if they loan money, they're not going to put a whole bunch of interest on their brother. The Bible tells us don't put interest on it. If you come to me and borrow $100,000, you pay me back $100,000, not $125,000. You see that? That is, a lot of people don't get it, but that is so crucial right there. If you rent from an Israelite, a Jewish person rent from a Jewish person, the rent is in name only. It's nominal. Why? Because they want that person to save up their money to be able to get their own. They want to help their brother. And that's how we should be doing. You see that? But I only mention that because if a name is coming up and it's going to show you something, that the Bible is real through and through. One of the Jews that they talk about, Jewish people they talk about, is the Sephardic Jews. That's what they call them. And we just did Magawag, and that's Russia. Now the Greeks, they were known as in the Bible as Javan, but they're also known as the Greeks, the Greeks. Javan, that's what they was known in the Bible as. The Hebrew pronunciation for their name is Yawan. That's the Greeks. Is Yawan. Okay. And so let's go back up to here. Do a little review. This is Qadash, or the Ethiopians. This is Matazawam, and we should remember that's Mizraim, or the Egyptians. This is who the conscious people, a lot of conscious people out there on the East Coast, Upper East Coast, New York, Pennsylvania, that area, New Jersey. A lot of so-called conscious people gravitate to Egyptology. They call themselves conscious, but when you look at Egyptology, you got this book called the Egyptian Book of the Dead. This is one of their religious things. Then, of course, you got Pawat or Foot or the North Africans. The North Africans. Then you got Kana'ain, which is the South Africans. And who is that? Canaan. Canaan in the Bible. You see. They was our enemy from the beginning. After Canaan, you got Gamar, which is the French people, or Gomer in the Bible. Then, of course, you got Magog, pronounced Magawag. Got Magawag, and that's Magog or the Russians. Finally, we right here at Yawan or Javan, which are the Greeks. Now, this is very interesting to me. All right. These are the Germans. These are the Germans. Definitely Caucasus Mountain people. Definitely Caucasus Mountain people. And look at their name in the Hebrew. Why is this important? Ashkenaz. There's a book called The 13th Tribe written by a Jewish guy. And he mentions another set of Jews, like to say, one set is Sephardic, the other set is the Ashkenazis. Ashkenazi Jew. The Ashkenazi Jew. German Jews. Germans today are Ashkenaz from the Bible, or the Ashkenazis. How about that? How about that? So again, they are Jewish, fake. Revelations 2, 8, 9. I'm gonna paraphrase a little bit. I know your poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not. A lot of these folks right here, they're Ashkenazis, Ashkenazi Jews. And the Ashkenaz, according to the Bible, are the Germans. And ain't it strange? Ain't it mighty, mighty, mighty strange that one thing Hitler's Germany is known for is killing the Jews. And back then they were practicing the fake Jewish people. They were practicing, and they did in fact have something to do with Germany's economy. But they, at the same time, they was able, and I'm not saying Hitler was any better. He a damn Elamite too, crazy as hell. But as to the effect that this particular set of heathens had on the economies of that part of the world, you may really just want to go back and study it if that interests you, Hey, Hitler killed a bunch of Jews, Jewish people. And they don't want us to forget. And they keep giving us a number, 6 million Jewish people. They don't want us to forget. They keep that in our damn face. But nobody talks about the 100 million Israelites that was killed in the Middle Passage, in this bringing slaves from the other side of the world to here. Nobody's talking about the 70 million native, so-called Native Americans, Israelites, killed so this nation can be the nation it is today. You walk with mighty man Officer Shawat constantly remind us we walking on the bones of the Native American here in Detroit. You see, we walk every place you walk. We're walking on 70 million people killed, so that the Adawam Esau can have his goddamn way. They're gonna pay for that. Go to the next one. Spain, Tarshish. And that is pronounced in the Hebrew I love our language, man. That's pronounced Tarash Yash. Tarash Yash. Tarash Yash. And that's Spain. That's Spain. And that is Spain right there. And the last one on our nation, on the list of nations is Kittim. Kittim. And it's Italy. And this is how it's pronounced in the Hebrew. Slovakia. This is how Italy is pronounced in the Hebrew. Uh-oh. There we go. Kathayam. Kathayam. That's Italy. Kathayam. Known as Kittim in the Bible. All right? So let's take it from the top. Remember, anytime we communicating and we're on paper in the Hebrew, we always start at the top right. We're going to read right to left. We're not going to read left to right. You know, that's how they messed up. It was a stone that they found, the back stone, something like that. They had some inscription on it. And these so-called scholars had that for years. And then somebody that can actually read ancient Hebrew walked in and they showed it to him and they asked him, yeah, why you got that upside down? So they was holding it upside down, thought they was reading. So right to left, that's how we read, not left to right. We don't want you going backwards. And we're starting with Elam, which is Awalam. Put that connection back. There we go. Ashawar, that's Asher or Syria. Aram, that is Syria, not to be confused with Assyria. Aram is Syria. Next we have Yashamai Allah, and that is Ishmael or the Arabs. And then we got Mawa Abba, Mawa Abba, that's Moab or the Chinese. And then we got Imawan, and that's Ammon or the Japanese. Alawam, Alawam, of course, that is Esau or Edom. And then we have Yasha Allah, that's Israel. Y'all with me so far? Then we got Kawash, that's of course is Cush, all those damn Ethiopians. Then we got Matazar Yam, Matazar Yam. See that? That's Egypt. Then we got Hawat, and that is Foot or North Africa. And then we got Kana'ain, that's South Africa. Then we got Gamar, that's Gomer or the French. And then we got Magawag, that's a crazy name. Magawag. It sounds like that fit their ass. I think we looked up and said, "Oh, Magawag," what the, you know. But that's Magog or Russia. Yawan, that's Javan or the Greek. And then we got Ash Kayaz, Ashkenaz. That's the Ashkenaz. Now, we just talked about that at some length. Damn Germans. I would say Hitler's people, but Hitler wasn't a German. He was an Austrian. Probably the same people. Ashkenaz. And then we got the Rosh Yash. See that? The Rosh Yash. And that's Spain. Known in the Bible as Tarshish. You'll see Tarshish in the Bible. Then finally we got Cathayim, and that is Italy. Like I said last week, we was going to finish that up, and we got that finished. Hope y'all wrote it down. Hope everybody wrote those down. Along with their English names and their biblical names. That way, especially when the brothers, we got a few folks in here now. When the brothers are in there, that's right. That's right. I got a feeling that's a waya. Is that a waya that put in here synagogue of Satan? Yeah, Ashkenaz. I'm pretty sure that's what he said, synagogue of Satan. Which means he studied. He knows about the Ashkenazi Jew. Don't worry about being late. You here, Lord in Christ. Shalom, Yahweh B'Shem Shabarakatah. La'ah. Who wrote Synagogue of Satan? Who is Wood Deer? Who is Wood Deer? What? Okay, Freedom. That's right. Freedom First is that's the brother. That's Freedom First. That is a Wajah, Officer Wajah there. I'm pretty sure. Wood Deer. If you see that word and say Ashkenaz and come back and say Synagogue of Satan, you did write that. See that? Synagogue of Satan. And write that. That person knows about the Ashkenazi Jews. You know, it's one of those words used. Oh, there's a student in Grand Rapids. All right. I see y'all come from near and far. Most high. Lord Christ. Glad to get everybody here. So I think everybody in here already know the basics. Con. Stay with us, because coming to these classes count. Here we go. We getting ready to close it out. If some of you got here late, basically what you're seeing is the 18 nations listed in the Bible that came from Noah and his 3 sons. That's Shem, Ham, and Japheth after the flood. If you came in late, you probably didn't get where you can find this in the Bible, so I'm going to repeat that real quick. You can find the reference for these, the precepts for these nations are as follows. They're all in Genesis. First of all, it's in the book of Genesis. Your first precept is found in Genesis 10. Take a look at the whole chapter. And then you want to go to chapter 19, verses 30 through 38. Verses 30 through 38. And chapter 25, verses 21 through 30. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shabbarakatah to my brothers, Atum to my brothers, and Shalom, Shema Alatam Tan. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Alatam. Did I just forget? I just had a brain for it. Salakia. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Alatam Bahashem, Yahweh Shai to my sisters. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming to you out of 1 West, 125th Street of Harlem, New York, 1969. We are under Commanding General Yahanna, going throughout the world, telling a profound truth. And that truth is that the so-called African American, the so-called Native American, the so-called Mexican, are in fact the children of Israel found in the Bible. And our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Shalom, Israel.